We are live. If you didn't catch us live, you missed the whole pre-show. It was so exciting. You're going to become a member. Hit that join button and watch the whole Popcorn Planet live whenever you want. We're live here every Thursdays, but this is the main event I wanted to trim for after the fact for the replay. The reason we replay it is because the algorithm sucks. Unless it's a really in-depth, long, intense conversation. Otherwise, if we just do a lot of talking, I've noticed people don't stick around as much, except for the diehard fans who become members. So thanks to all of you. So happy to be here with Don, Damien, and Steph. Guys, you ready to talk about this first main topic?
Very excited.
So Ryan Reynolds is out there spreading good, as he often does. I like Ryan. I've been lucky enough to not meet him, but know of him and talk to him via email and stuff. And he is legitimately probably him and The Rock are the nicest two celebrities I've ever gotten to see. A lot of them you can just tell are not as nice as they are, but Ryan's the real deal. And so anyway, he's out there on Twitter spreading good word, trying to do something help mental health. It's critical to have open, honest, healthy discussions around mental health. By retweeting Bell Let's Talk, you can make a difference. In case that's not enough, before Disney bought Fox, Deadpool 3 was going to be a road trip between Deadpool and Logan, Rashomon style, for real. What? I love that he's like, yeah, I've been saving this one for a good cause. Okay, cool. I'll drop it now. So good cause, retweet. I'm going to do it right there. Retweeted, bam. What? I mean, we always had heard this. They've always sort of, I felt like, been playing with the idea of that was clearly something he wanted to do. But I didn't realize before Disney bought Fox, it was going to be that. And he's making it sound like that was the deal. And given how close Hugh and Ryan have been, all the stuff they do, it would make more sense of like, yeah, that was the plan. But now so much time has passed. Obviously, Disney didn't know what the hell they're doing. So many things have changed since. The question tonight is, should they, one, would we have liked that? Two, should they still do that? That's what I want to talk with you guys. So, all right. So first up, what do you guys think of the idea of Deadpool 3 having becoming a road trip movie with Deadpool and Logan? Now, keep in mind, it seems like this still would have been after Logan. Don, I'll go to you first. Do you like the idea of Logan coming back from the beautiful end that Logan had to now suddenly show up in a Deadpool movie as a road trip movie?
That's conflicting, bro. Honestly, as much as I love Hugh Jackman, I'm like, that's taking him off of a high. He left on a high note. That was a powerful movie. And it's like, I know people that cried. I dropped a tear in that movie, and that's kind of hard to come back to do Deadpool. And don't get me wrong, I love Deadpool series. And like, if there was anybody to do it, I would say, great, let them do it. But if I had to compare it and with that, I would say that may have been something where they could bring in a different, that would have been an opening for a different Wolverine. Bring in a new Logan. I like the idea of Logan with Deadpool. I do like that mixture, but bring in someone else. That would have been a great introductory. And then Deadpool could make fun of that. It was like, you're not Hugh Jackman. That kind of scenario. They break the fourth wall. And then just poke fun of him at like he's not the same guy. Yeah, I'm going to say no. No Hugh Jackman. Go ahead, do the Logan Deadpool.
Interesting. Damien?
I see three opportunities in which we can bring Hugh Jackman back in. So I say yes. No one's going to ever discredit the performance and the swan song that he had in Logan. No one's ever going to discredit it. Everyone's going to always remember that. And everyone's going to always remember that, just like everyone will always forget Wolverine Origins. I mean, let's face it. Wolverine hasn't always had fantastic films. And so I'm going to say that you can bring Logan back three different ways. One, we have the multiverse of madness. So you can introduce Deadpool and X-Men and bring that whole thing through the multiverse. And now you're tying it into the MCU. Two, you can have Deadpool show up and it's a flashback to when Logan was alive, and it's a road trip. He's like, he's at it. He actually kicks off at his grave, and he's like, saying all these sweet things to him, and it's all seeming like but then he goes into a little flashback, and the whole thing's a flashback, which Deadpool 1 played with time that way, starting at one point and then going back and then ending at another point. Or three, and I think this is the real Deadpool way of doing it. Deadpool digs up Logan, is pissed that he didn't get a chance to do his movie with him, and now he's Weekend at Bernie's road trip style with Logan the whole time.
Oh, yes. Bernie. I could see that being a thing. Oh, that'd be so dark, but so great.
So
Because like his
Deadpool,
skeleton will stay. Oh yeah.
yeah, Deadpool Weekend at Bernie style with Logan. Like, remember the time that we had the chimichangas and Logan's like, he put a
See,
chimichanga on his claw.
I love it, but you can't. Would you really commit to a whole movie like that?
I mean, look at
That
Swiss
seems
Army
like a
Man.
scene, right? Swiss Army Man. I know exactly. Swiss Army Man as a movie. I don't know if I'm feeling the whole movie, but as a scene, for sure, that would be a funny way to bring Jackman back.
Well, I mean, even if it's just, I think what we'll end up getting, sadly, is Doctor Strange falls into a planet, and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are having, a chimichanga at a Mexican restaurant. I think that's what we're gonna end up. It's gonna be like a small little cameo, and then done.
I concur. I feel like that's what it is. Steph, I want to get you in the call though. What do you think of this idea?
Make this movie. Make it. I agree with Damien. You can't take away the ending of Logan and what happened and all that lot, don't get me wrong. But now we've got the multiverse in, he could just break the fourth wall and be like, oh, yeah, you thought Deadpool, you thought Wolverine was gone? Yeah, multiverse. Bridges, and carry on from that, and especially with the real life back and forth that he and Hugh Jackman have, they'll break the fourth wall on that all day long, and I just think it'd be hilarious. So yeah, I'm totally on board for like a road trip movie with Deadpool and Wolverine. It'd be awesome. How could you say no to it?
I'm not saying no to it. I'm honestly still thinking about it, because it's like, yes, I think we all want that as fans, but we have to be careful, because I do want things to end. And I feel like, and to echo it here, it was, I did this report already, but for those that missed it, Patrick Stewart shares this story about how, like, here's the problem. Had we not made Logan, then yes, I would probably be ready to go back in that wheelchair one more time and be Charles Xavier, but Logan changed all of that. The first time that Hugh and I saw the film in public was at the Berlin Film Festival, which is where the movie premiered. Shortly after Xavier's death scene, I found myself getting very emotional, but I kept to hold myself as we were sitting in the middle of the cinema. And then I saw Hugh's hand come up at his eye and wipe away a tear, and I thought, damn it, the bugger's crying. Oh, let it out, Patrick. And they struggled to hold it together and eventually sat there sniveling alongside his co-star in a packed-out screening. Hugh took my hand, and we held hands for the last 7 or 8 minutes of the film, because there were so many things that we were upset about. We were moved by the story. We were moved by one another. We were moved by the movie, but we also both made the decision that we were saying goodbye to our characters as well. In that sense, it was not just those deaths of those two men in the franchise, but it was a goodbye to our part in them as well. I mean, he right there, it gives me goosebumps thinking about, like, yeah, I love that they made that commitment to end it. And it's so rare for people to end it unless they really die in real life. Hopefully no one does anytime soon. I feel like that's the only time that people actually are over. But Logan was such a capper. I think both Jackman and clearly Patrick Stewart are worried. Now, I can see Jackman coming back for a funny sort of supporting or cut scene, of course, for Ryan, if it's not like he has to get fully beefed up and everything else. So I'm for that. I'm for that version, but I don't know if we could pull off the whole road trip movie. It might be too much. That said, I'm with you, Steph. I kind of still want to see it. I still kind of want to see it. And then Lewis just joined. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Do you have
What's
thoughts
up,
on this?
panel? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear.
Hey, nice, beautiful panel here. Beautiful amount of people. The comments. Give me those heads.
Show some Lewis heads in the chat. What do you think? Would you want that we're talking about this Ryan Reynolds tweet where he admits that before Disney bought Fox, they were going to do Deadpool 3 as a road trip between Deadpool and Logan, Rashomon style. Would you have liked that, or do you think they should respect the way it all left?
And it have to be set before Logan, though, somehow.
In the timeline? Then you're
Other
okay
than
with
that,
it?
For both ideas, there's a great saying. It goes like this: Indiana, let it go. Just let it go.
Nice. Let it go. Who, Indiana Jones? You mean like Kingdom of the
Indiana.
Crystal
That's a
Skull?
quote from The Last Crusade.
It is
where
a
he
quote from that.
Oh, you're right.
Let it go.
I've been meaning to rewatch it too. I really want to
Great
rewatch
film.
it.
Such a great
It's
film.
the best
As
one.
far as buffness is concerned, I'll be controversial here. All that stuff with the Hugh Jackman CG, anyways. He's not that buff in person. Most actors are nice, thin.
Well, it was supposed to be younger Hugh Jackman. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, when we saw him in Days of Future Past, that was all CG. Come on.
Yeah, but when you saw him in X-Men 1, he was really jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
but what
Wolver-
was he,
in the
20?
Wolverine.
No, the first X-Men, he was very, very small.
In the
Days of Future
Wolverine,
Past.
he was in the Wolverine. He was jacked.
But he was the
Yeah.
CGI jacked in Logan was supposed to be young Hugh Jackman. So of course he was jacked. He was jacked when he was young.
Well, I mean, it depends on the screen. Because, they filmed, was it, what's that robot movie that's like, that he was in, Joppy or whatever.
Oh no, you're talking about the one where he's a boxer, Real Steel.
No, the one where it's like Johnny.
Oh,
Five.
Choppy.
Choppy, yeah.
Yeah.
That was filmed simultaneously. It's a much thinner actor there.
But see, in his defense, I'm gonna make an argument. Like
He looks
Christian
great,
Bale
though.
did.
He looks great.
Christian Bale did the same thing. He did Machinist, which he made him so scary thin, unhealthy.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go with the fact that you can have two films released. They could have gone into production at completely different times, and the post-production process could have taken longer in one film than the other. So, yeah, I'm going to call that one.
You think he's that
technicalities.
Yeah, no, technically.
There's only one guy that's been that ripped that I've seen on screen is Stallone, man. That guy.
Well, here's the thing also about, and then again, just from someone who is not currently ripped but has hung out with very ripped people, when they go on stage,
I go eating with them.
I know, right? When they go on stage and when they do those scenes where their shirts are off, they cut like really hardcore right before, and then for that scene, they're as shredded as they can be, even if dehydrated in some cases. And then once they're done with that scene, they rehydrate and all those cuts go bye-bye. I mean, it's something as, I mean, not completely gone, but you definitely are softer after you rehydrate. Any bodybuilder will show you that.
Catch them on their off season, they look totally different. They don't look like.
Look at that. That's
not
ripped.
CG. That's hard work and dedication.
That's CG, bro.
That's Wolverine ripped.
CG,
I mean,
look for him at the gym, though. Look for him at the gym.
Team sus all the day long.
That's a screen. That's a movie screen cap. Look for him regular. That neck is way too long. What is that?
Listen, for an Aussie,
Lewis is so jealous.
No, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth, man.
He gave up beer.
Here we go. Here's one more down. He's on the beach. One more down. I mean, he's toned.
Look, dude, give me a break. That's hot.
It's a magazine, bro.
That's not even like with a spray tan or nothing. I mean, come on.
He's ripped.
Listen,
you're calling that not ripped, dude?
He's not a small dude. He's tall too. It's like, so that's all stretched out muscle. So if he stood next to me, he'd probably look a lot more jacked. I'm short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lewis is just jealous.
Yeah.
Now I want to just make a movie.
I'm looking at that picture right now. That's fine.
Yes.
But that's not how he looks
He's
like.
Fine.
Wolverine.
No doubt he's fine. Woo!
Is that like, that's not
I mean, look at that.
That's a
Whoa.
Woo!
Look at that. Yeah, damn.
That's toned right there.
Lewis,
That's
stop
good.
trying to break my fantasy of Wolverine. Right?
Well, he looks great right there.
You just come into stream and you try and ruin it for me.
No, do you think, Stefania? Do you think he looks good there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but compare it to the other one.
Yeah.
The one you had before.
Lewis, I'm actively trying to look
How
that
would you
bad.
know?
I want to look as bad as
I
him
know.
right now.
I love how Steph's like, yeah. It's like, dude, the dudes on the stream are saying, yeah. We're no disrespect. We're hetero dudes, and we're like, yeah. This guy is ripped and looks good, man. And it just looks happy,
natural,
positive.
natural.
That's what I like about Hugh. He's got a good aura about him, you know.
Yeah,
Seems like
you could have a drink with that guy.
yeah, just a totally nice guy. You get it. And that's Ryan is too. I can see why they actually are genuinely like each other because they're like just seem like good people. Plus, he's like got like he's been with his wife for the longest time, and she's like a regular nice lady. Like most of these guys who get all ripped like go dump their wives for like the hot young 20-year-old pots and sex pots. And no, like
don't.
He's like stayed around and loyal. He just seems like a good guy, good man. I like Hugh Jackman. Good.
I've
for
heard
him.
great stuff about him though. Yeah, definitely.
Well, all right. That's so it sounds like we're a mixed bag here on whether he should come back. But we all agree he can't come back if he's going to disrespect the Logan movie, which I think is well said. So with the multiverse now and it's happening, I'd be shocked if he doesn't make an appearance at least in the future Disney world. And the way you do that is with Ryan as a joke off in the as a joke in the Deadpool movie. Thank you also to Dominic, $2 in the Cash App. Deadpool 2 starts with a joke about Logan's death. It's true. I kind of blocked out Deadpool 2. I didn't like it as much as Deadpool 1. Wasn't as good. And
well, we've established that Deadpool are kind of comedies. So like, future, time travel movies, the ones that are comedies work better. So if you could like have some sort of time traveling thing, I don't know. And also it could all be in Deadpool's head, right? Can it, guys?
it could. There's a million ways you could do it.
Yeah, but to bring back Patrick Stewart in a serious role in the MCU, that's a little bit tricky because Logan. Then you get into Logan territory. Where like, how are you going to top that? Not to say that maybe they can't, but that was great, man.
No, it would have to be a straight comedy. I mean, honestly, it could even be Deadpool with Hugh Jackman, real life Hugh Jackman, and the whole movie is a road trip of like kind of like the Muppets Go to the Movies or Pee-wee's Big Adventure. They're trying to make the movie Deadpool 3, and the whole movie is about him trying to make Deadpool 3. He's like, no, you don't understand. In this universe where I come from, so they can really play with that.
Where he goes to the production executives and
Kevin Feige makes an appearance like Lauren Michaels style in those Saturday Night Live skits. Yeah, there's totally ways to do it, and I think that's you got to. It's like Deadpool has to be that sort of crazy bridge through everything, and it sounds like, and they've admitted it's going to be rated R.
Reviewing it?
Yeah, totally. But they admit it's R, it's happening, so I'm excited where this goes. All right, well, we got lots more here live to talk about, including the fact that WandaVision's Paul Bettany almost had a penis. What? Huh? Yeah, we're talking about that, so much more here on Popcorn Planet Live. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. If you want to see the whole hangout, the whole stream, you might catch it in the middle of the night. Otherwise, it's going to get trimmed later, and then in which case, become a member today. We got so much more stuff to break down and get your comments and thoughts. So thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, guys who are watching live, stick around. We got WandaVision penis coming and so much more. That sounds so gross. I shouldn't have said those two words together.